Corporate Team Culture by Deepak Naidu, Establishing Norms and Values that Sustain Long-Term Success. Part 4.
Lateral thinking is a method for insight and creativity because it changes the rules about ways to deal with the conflict inherent to the process of changing one's ideas about things. The most effective way of changing ideas, of finding truly innovative new solutions, is not from a conflict resolution process among the team, but from insight rearrangement of available information. When teams consider their emotional reactions to an issue, they are reinforcing the value of emotional self-awareness and the notion that the team as a whole has emotions and emotional intelligence. There is value in seeing why an idea will not work, not as a way to kill the idea, but as a way to give it shared space in the team's decision-making process. The attitude that effective teams take is that there are always reasons not to do something, but these reasons need not overwhelm us either because of our low emotional tolerance for risk or our unilateral devotion to old patterns. When groups think laterally about all the reasons why an idea is a good one, all the benefits of a new approach are elicited without fear of being shot down as unrealistic, naive, or overshadowed by the downside. Lateral thinking enhances the effectiveness of a team by increasing its awareness and by offering it more choices, more ideas, and more from which to select. Team leaders and team members should establish a norm that promotes the promulgation of provocative ideas, and teams should use lateral thinking to optimize the process of thinking through an issue creatively. Lateral thinking requires emotional intelligence and with practice can become an invaluable tool for promoting team creativity. When all team members understand their role and the respective roles of their fellow team members, clarity is achieved about how the team's workload is distributed and who has responsibility to complete which project assignment. In effective teams, members feel secure in their roles, in other team members' capabilities, and in the trust others have in them to perform in the role to which they have been assigned. To understand trust is to understand how a team works well together without the need for overt, over-the-shoulder supervision of other members' work. To understand trust is to understand how a team can delegate task roles within an integrated project plan and feel comfortable that the plan will be maintained, that the service or product will be delivered with high quality and on time. When a team member listens, shows respect, and seeks first to understand, other members of the team will deem this as benevolent and, as such, trustworthy behavior. Trust builds along a continuum of hierarchical and sequential stages, such that as trust grows to higher levels, it becomes stronger and more resilient and changes in character. An individual will carefully calculate how the other party is likely to behave in a given situation, depending on the rewards for being trustworthy and the deterrence against untrustworthy behavior. Trust will only be extended to others to the extent that a kind of cost-benefit calculation indicates that the continued trust will yield a net positive benefit. Over time, calculus-based trust can be built as individuals perceive that others wish to uphold their reputation by behaving consistently, meeting agreed-to deadlines, and fulfilling promises. In contrast to calculus-based trust, identity-based trust is a more emotionally driven phenomenon, grounded in perceptions of interpersonal care and concern and mutual need satisfaction. In the context of discussing the trust that develops within teams, the member who is able to develop deeper, more experience-based trust connects not just to the other role-performing team members, but also to the team itself. When a team member's role does change, the change needs to be thoroughly explained by the project team leader and disseminated throughout the entire team. Matching members to the role for which they are most likely to succeed and gain others' trust can be a strategic decision that takes into account people's styles as well as prior experience.